Hello, race fans, and we are back with yet another Race Face Drive-In 5 podcast here on raceface.tv. As always, in the host chair, I am Jacob Seelman. As you can see, we've got Cole Denton back with us, fresh off a third Thursday Thunder championship in the past 4 seasons, which is a really big deal for you guys. I know. First off, congratulations, Cole, but I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't start by pointing out you did not come into Thursday Thunder thinking, yeah, we're going to go out and win another championship. So this was maybe a little unexpected, but definitely the way you finished the summer with back to back to back race wins to close the season was a huge piece in being able to celebrate this. I mean, the second half for you was brilliant.
Yes, it was. And going into Thursday Thunder, I had no idea that I was going to have a chance at winning the championship like this. And round one, I finished fourth, and I was like, all right, they're really, really good. And now I got to get up front. And from there on, I won the next race. And then that was it. I just kept on staying up front and accumulated enough points and took the championship. So it's been a crazy, crazy awesome season.
Well, it's funny that you say that because you mentioned you finished fourth in the opener. You took get up front literally. That fourth place finish was your worst finish the entire summer. After that, it was 5 wins in the last 9 races, which as good as you've been over the last couple years in a legend car, I would say this was probably one of the more dominant summer stretches in Atlanta that I can remember you having.
It is, and it was the most competition I've ever had. So, so I improved a good bit, and the competition was really, really good in semi-pro, and it was a really great season in Thursday Thunder. My third championship at Thursday Thunder, won in Bandits in 2022, 2024 Young Lions, and this year in semi-pro. Just moving up to that really good competition was hard on me to try to push myself to get top two finishes every race, and I did from there on out pretty much.
How important has it been for you, Cole, to really push for that next challenge, to not let yourself or your team get in a point where you're kind of just right in the status quo? It seems like that, particularly this year, has been something that you've really strived for, is just making sure that whatever that next thing that you guys do is, that it's really trying to push yourself to, be the absolute best that you can.
I mean, that's always the goal, is just making sure I'm the best I can be every race day, and that's something that you really have to work on as a race car driver, and it's been really great this season, and I've been able to do it really well.
How do you reflect on these last 3 or 4 years? Obviously, it's been really a rapid build for you through the Bandolero and Legend Car ladder, but I also feel like you've grown and you've been able to learn so much along the way. I mean, how do you reflect on that learning curve?
I mean, I've just learned so much, and just looking back from to 2022, and I mean, I can watch it. I'm like, well, I could have done that better. I could have done that better, and just a couple years later, I can see the little things that I can do better now than what I have in the past, and that's one thing that you always gotta try to get better at. Every little thing, always.
Have there been any kind of surprise moments, whether it's, maybe congratulations from somebody you didn't expect, or just something that popped up in the wake of this year's championship that really stuck out to you over the course of this last week or so as it set in?
I mean, just the championship race. I think something that was really crazy about that race was I fell back to fifth, and then the leaders wrecked, and then we went back green, and then the next two leaders wrecked again. I was like, so I went from fifth to first in 8 laps just because of four cars wrecking each other. I was like, wow, this is a huge surprise because I had no idea that I was going to get handed the win at the end. I was like, all right, I'm going to be in fifth. I'm going to stay there. Just stay in it and don't finish worse than fifth.
Well, and
And
it's funny too because I mean, where you were riding in fifth at that point was still going to be enough to win the championship over Sam Butler, who was your chief rival through the summer, and then it just kind of slowly like you said, worked out in your favor. And you and I have talked about the fact that you have to put yourself in those positions to be able to capitalize on them, which you've done a good job of that.
yes, and just avoiding those cars wrecking and spinning, it was really crazy because one time I had to drive a little bit through the grass. So, I mean, you always got to be in the right spot at the right time if you can, and if you're there, then it works out, and it did for me. And I was really fast in that race. Just I got shuffled back on the start. I had qualified pole, so I was like, all right, we got the fastest car. Now we got to go win. And when I got shuffled back, I'm like, all right, I might not have a chance at the win, but I just got to stay in the top five for points.
And it all worked out in the end for you, like we talked about. End the summer on a three-race win streak, and now you kind of get to sit back and take a breath for just a second while we figure out what's next. I know yeah, certainly your hope is to be able to kind of use the success that you've had as a springboard, the goal to be in, hopefully to get into some sort of a bigger full-bodied car. Hopefully in the coming year. But after a run like this, is it nice to have, a couple weeks or a little bit of time to just take a breath and kind of reset before you put together what that next goal is?
I mean, it is, and it's nice to have a couple weeks off now that we raced 10 weeks in a row all summer long in the heat, which it's not easy as a driver to stay cool
Sure.
in 10 weeks straight and 95-degree heat. So
I know in addition to all of that, by the way, you just got to celebrate a birthday this past week, or weekend, I should say, in the wake of the Thursday Thunder Championship. So with that came a few things. You got your driving permit. So just FYI, everybody in the Pascagoula, Mississippi area, here's your warning right now. Cole Denton is officially on the roads. But what I consider way more fun than just that part, Cole, is you actually, as part of your birthday celebration, and we've talked about your flight sim training and your desire to become a pilot on these podcasts before, you got to do your first discovery flight last weekend as well. Talk about what went into that and what that experience was like.
I mean, it was really amazing, and just getting to do the pre-flight checklists and everything, walking around the aircraft and checking the fuel, checking everything, and all the sensors and the belts and the engine. I mean, it was really amazing and a lot of detail to how it works, and getting to go up and fly the plane for a little bit was it was really awesome.
I know it was supervised, but were there any butterflies in your stomach officially going up for the first time?
Not really. I mean, I've done it so many times on the film. I was like, all right, I just gotta do it just like the film and remember how to fly it. So I
Well,
wasn't really scared about it.
well, I am curious though too, because we talk about, the similarities and differences between iRacing and getting in the Legend car. What were the similarities and differences on the flight sim compared to actually going up in the plane?
I would say the biggest difference was definitely how hard it is to move the yoke. And the Selm, they're really light and you can easily pull it back and push it forward. And in real life, it was not that easy. I mean, you had to have a lot of strength to be able to maneuver the plane with that yoke. And I think the closest thing to the flight simulator was the wind, how it reacted to the plane, and how one little gust of wind can blow you way off your track, and
Mhm.
that's something that was really realistic to me.
I know, obviously we're working on your schedule, trying to figure out exactly what your next race is going to be. Is That it is the flight plan, no pun intended, going to be something that you may be able to do a little bit more with while you're working on figuring out your racing schedule here?
I hope so, and I think once I start my flight training and everything to get my license, I think I can have some time to fly and race. We'll see. But
That's
racing
kind of
is
been
de
I was going to say that's kind of been the dream in the back of your mind from the time you were a little kid, hasn't it?
yes, it has, and you can do your training whenever you want, so it can be on the weeks and racing on the weekends.
Exactly. Well, we're excited for you, Cole, and I know we're going to work on here for those who may be watching this Drive-In 5. What we're working on, if you go to Cole's website in a couple days at coledentonracing.com, we'll actually have a little bit of information and some pictures from his Discovery flight on the website. So be on the lookout for that. Cole, again, congratulations on another Thursday Thunder championship. Real quick, want to give you a chance to shout out and say thank you to everybody that made it possible.
I want to thank 77 Speed Shop for a super fast car all Thursday Thunder. Every single race, always the fastest car out there. And my mom and dad, Friends of Jacqueline Foundation, Race Face Brand Development, Matt Jones Motorsports, and most importantly, God.
Always fun, Cole. We'll look forward to see what's next, both in the sky and on four wheels, and look forward to touching base with you again here in a few weeks, and hopefully having a little bit of an idea of what those next steps may be.
Sounds good. We'll see you race fans next month.
That is Cole Denton. I'm Jacob Seelman. This has been another Race Face Drive in 5. We'll see you next time on raceface.tv with more.